The Total 10 Rapid Weight Loss Plan. The 2-week plan designed to help you lose weight fast. It's been a year in the making. Over 1 million have tried it. Now, it's finally here. No clubs, no fees. It all starts now. So what are you waiting for? The Total 10 Rapid Weight Loss Plan. Coming up next on Dr. Oz.
Today, big news. I'm announcing my biggest weight loss program to date. It's been a year in the making. The Total 10 Rapid Weight Loss Plan. Now, we have created tools designed to give you the best results you've ever had. It's been road tested by over 2 million of you. The Total 10 Rapid Weight Loss Plan. Think about this. No clubs, no fees, just medically sound, real advice and the support you need to see it through. It's the plan that will change the way you eat and how you approach weight loss. It's been road tested for a year with real women who gave us real feedback.
The first week, I lost 6.5 pounds.
I lost 15 pounds.
I started in August and I've lost 35 pounds.
25 pounds.
I no longer have the craving for sweets.
I felt a lot less bloated.
Anybody can do it. It's changed my life.
This protein-fueled plan will rev up your fat-burning potential, break your sugar and carb addictions, and keep you full and satisfied all day long. You'll get a meal plan focused on lean protein, unlimited vegetables, soups and snacks that you can eat throughout the day. There's no deprivation and no calorie counting. All the work is done for you. Shopping lists, recipes, and practical motivators to keep you on track every step of the way. You'll know what to eat and when to eat, all at your fingertips at DrOz.com. So, what are you waiting for? The audience is filled with women who have completed the Total 10 Rapid Weight Loss Plan, and they have lost weight. Let's start with Marissa. She's a yo-yo dieter who needed to lose the last 20 pounds. So what kind of success have you had?
I've had 9.4 pounds of success, so I'm very excited. Yes. I'm the maid of honor in my sister's wedding, so I need to look good in that dress. So this was the perfect answer to that. It was easy to follow. It was comfortable. I didn't feel like I was dieting, and it was just a change and it became a way of life.
Well, you look wonderful in that wedding. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
Aline, let me ask you, you work long hours like a lot of viewers.
Yeah.
And you've had trouble getting your weight down because you're so busy.
Yeah.
So how did that work for you?
Oh my God, Dr. Oz, you changed my life. Seriously, I got on the plan and the first day I lost 2 pounds and then that just motivated me to keep going and right now I am 14 pounds lost on this.
Nice job. Now, Claudia, you're a mom.
Yes.
Moms are already stressed out. They worry about their kids, they worry about schedules, and you don't have much time either.
No.
So how did that work for you?
It was actually perfect because I was able to look at everything. The smoothie for breakfast was outrageous. It satisfied and just went beyond anything I wanted and would have eaten normally. But most importantly, it was just so easy. I do make separate meals for my kids because nobody's gonna eat quinoa yet, but I'm working on it.
You're a mom, yeah.
But I've actually, even anxiety-wise, I felt like I'd get very, very anxious in the day, drank a lot of coffee with milk and sugar, and now I'm just smoother, loss of anxiety. My kids have only called me crazy twice. So I think I'm ahead of the game.
Yeah, I'm gonna just sit here and let you guys do the show, because you're telling it better than I ever could. Listen, what I love about this plan is we got all of your input. Here's
and
the deal.
It was 9 pounds.
You lost 9 pounds?
9 pounds.
So let me go through this. In testing the plan, our research found that after 2 weeks, individuals on the Total 10 Rapid Weight Loss Plan, as you just heard, women like the people just heard, an average lost 8.1 pounds. Now, let me just tell you something. We wanted to see how this plan would work for everyone. So some people had to lose a little bit of weight, others had to lose massive amounts of weight. So it's not surprising that when we actually looked at everybody, some lost 4 pounds, others lost 18 pounds. I mean, there's a big difference. I know a lot of this is water weight. I get that, but it's a wonderful place to start. And today, I'm gonna take you through the Total 10 Rapid Weight Loss Plan, step by step, so you know what to expect and what you can eat over the next few weeks. So first off, how do you start your day on the Total 10? It's very straightforward. We took some of the best ideas we've ever talked about in the show, we put them together, and this is one of my favorite ones. It's hot water with lemon. This will kickstart your digestion process for the day. It increases detoxification because the lemon juice calms inflammation in your body. And it's very core. I'll come back to that concept again and again. You take down the burning, raging fire in your body relaxes and lets go of the water and the fat. The next step is to actually drink your breakfast. And this is a protein-packed smoothie. Studies have shown a lot, over and over again, that protein-rich breakfasts will help you reduce your hunger hormone. They steady out the blood sugar, which is what you want because that reduces all those metabolic fluctuations later in the day. So let's start off with the base of the smoothie. It's the berry. And the berry smoothie was popular because people like Dina lost 7 pounds on it. Welcome, Dina. So walk everyone through. Give me the practical insights.
Sure.
How did you make your berry smoothie?
Sure. So I started off, this was the best thing of the day because it was really simple. And I had it every single morning and it kept me full until the afternoon.
Yeah, which is what I hear over and over again for the many people who have been on the program who we test piloted it with. Let me go through the key ingredients that will make this smoothie very special.
Yes.
You're just going to add all these to your blender. 1 cup of unsweetened vanilla almond milk. You can take 2 tablespoons of protein powder, 1 tablespoon of flaxseed oil, a half of a frozen banana, a half a cup of berries, and then a half a cup of ice. Then you blend it up, and there's breakfast. And if you can do this the right way, I think most people will share your experience.
Absolutely.
You should not feel an urge to have a snack in the morning after this. The first time you want to have anything in your mouth will probably be for lunchtime around 12:30.
Absolutely.
And is your story as well?
Exactly.
All right. And how did you determine which of the protein powders you would use?
I just went with the chocolate.
No matter what?
No matter what. Sorry, I know I cheated, but I had
Bending the
to.
rules. Well,
I had to make it interesting and fun. Come on.
just keep the tenets the same,
Yes,
and
they're
you'll
all
win
the
with
same.
this. Good for you.
Perfect.
All right.
Thank you.
Now, this shake has 10 grams of protein. And remember, protein is the driver of every meal in the Total 10 weight loss plan because on every meal, I'm going to give you just enough protein to suppress your appetite. Helps you burn off calories and helps you build lean muscle. So we start off with breakfast as the first big meal. The next protein-focused meals are your lunch and your dinner. So you can get 12 ounces of protein each day on the Total 10 Rapid Weight Loss Plan. You can choose what you want. You can take poultry or fish or eggs. We added eggs this year. We didn't have it on in past programs because they're a very easy source of protein. 1 egg is 1 ounce of protein. And people crave it, so I gave it to you. So a classic dinner might look like this on the program. See, lots of food. You can have grilled chicken, add a little egg to it. That gets you, 6 ounces together, or get 6 ounces of salmon. Pick it as you wish with some quinoa stir fry in this case. It'll take you where you want to be. And again, you will not feel hungry outside of this program. Next, we got to talk about the fact that you have to eat all day long. I never want you to be hungry. I'll say that again. I never want you to be hungry. That's what makes the program doable. So you can have the Total 10 broth in unlimited amounts. The Total 10 broth uses all the vegetables that detoxify you, the ones we know are good for you. And this soup will also get you through any hunger pangs you may have. Studies over and over again suggest that soup is highly satiating. It means it fills you up. It can reduce the hunger throughout the day. So let me introduce you to Diamond. She just completed the Total 10 Rapid Weight Loss Plan. She lost 13.5 pounds.
Hi, Dr. Oz. How are you?
So at what points during the day did you find yourself wanting this broth?
Oh my gosh, I'm a mom and I work and I have a long commute. So around 2, 3 o'clock, when you want a snack at work, that's when you need this broth. And when you get home and you're making food for your kids, that's when you need this broth so you don't grab some cookies or a snack or fruit. But this broth is integral. It's the key to the diet.
And it took away those cravings and the pangs.
Yes.
All right, so this is how easy it is to make. You take 3 quarts of water on a stove, then boil it up, then add an onion, little winter squash, then you get a cup of any root vegetable you want. It's on our list. Then you add a cup of greens, any green you desire, a little celery, a little bit of cabbage, some ginger, some garlic, and just a little pinch of sea salt to taste. You bring it all to a boil for 45 minutes, and then your broth is done. If you need to save time because you don't have the ability to make it every other day, or if you want to save some money, you can buy low-sodium vegetable broth in a box, super straightforward, and you can even add a little bit of these vegetables if you want, but you don't have to. It works just as well. Good luck to you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right, next up, you can fill up an unlimited non-starchy veggies. Look at this, my friends. They're 40 in all. This is where you consume much of your fiber. These low glycemic vegetables take a long time for the body to absorb, so they're going to keep you feeling full for longer. So what's missing? Here's the elimination part of this, the part I don't want you to touch. You're going to, from now on, not taking any wheat, regular wheat for 2 weeks, guys, for 2 weeks. Artificial sweeteners, off. Refined sugar, gone. Dairy, out. Alcohol, and processed foods. These are the foods you are not to take. You're going to eliminate these. Now, this seems like a lot. A lot of you thinking, that's sort of a barrier for me. I don't know if I want to do that. But I want you to keep this in mind. for just 2 weeks and you do this, you're going to eliminate things that are holding on that weight, and you will see rapid weight loss in you pretty quickly, and you're going to see a change in your energy levels. Let me give you an example. Candy's joining us, and she just completed the Total 10 Rapid Weight Loss Plan, and you lost 11 pounds, I gather, right?
12 now, yeah.
Oh, she's correcting me, 12 pounds. So you eliminated these foods, right?
I did.
How long until you stopped craving them, like so many of us do?
It took about 3 days. I did notice a bit of a headache, but if you've ever given up caffeine, it was just that low-grade headache. Doesn't mess up your day, doesn't affect anything, but that's what I did notice. It took about 3 days to go away, but so worth it.
And your energy level now?
Energy level's great. I called myself a professional dieter, so I wasn't going to diet anymore. And then I tried this, and it's like, oh my gosh, the weight started going again. So I was very excited.
I'm very happy for you.
Thank
I'm very
you.
happy for all my guests today. This plan is about nutritious, clean food. I'm giving you medically sound, solid advice and the support that you need to see it through. Are you all with me? Can we do this together? Go to my Facebook page, Dr. Oz, where you're going to see the Total 10 Rapid Weight Loss Plan. It's a one sheet. I want you to share it with all your friends. Do it right now. And now that you know the foundation of the Total 10 Rapid Weight Loss Plan, when we come back, I'm going to show you how to put it all together to make delicious detoxing meals. Stay with us.
Next, kick off your new year with the Total 10 Rapid Weight Loss Plan. Lose up to 10 pounds in just a few weeks with a winning strategy for success. A plan to eliminate the foods that make you sick and fat, giving you the results you've been looking for. Next. The anti-aging plan to look and feel like a 10. We're tackling the biggest signs of aging from the inside out. Feel like the perfect 10. All new Dr. Oz. That's coming up tomorrow.
It's the new year and you want to lose weight. So today I'm here to help with the Total 10 Rapid Weight Loss Plan. Now it's time to show you how to put together the Total 10 meals and get started. Kim is joining us. She's from Minnesota. She just completed the plan and lost 18.6 pounds. So what was the moment in the last 2 weeks when it finally just clicked for you? The plan made sense.
It really clicked with me on day 4. That was my first weigh-in after I started. 9 pounds down. Yeah. Excited.
Your eyes went like this, I bet.
It did.
What's going on?
I couldn't believe it.
All right, come on, let's show everyone what we did. Let's look at the foods that you're going to use to build your meals each day. So we talked a little bit about protein powder. That's going to be in your smoothie for breakfast. But you also get 12 ounces of protein throughout the rest of the day. You can get it in lean poultry. You can get it in salmon, fish, any kind you want. Eggs. So you can use these to build a foundation. Then you can add unlimited non-starchy veggies. There are 40 of these veggies on DrOz.com. Pick the ones that you like. And then here is quinoa.
Quinoa.
This is a big deal, guys. A half a cup of quinoa per day is to me the only carb that you have on this plan. But I let you have it for a reason. It's a perfect mix of protein and carbs. Now keep in mind, if you want to supercharge your weight loss, you might want to omit the quinoa. So Kim, walk me through how you put together your plan using these foods.
When I started, I got my protein first. I decided if I wanted fish or chicken or what it was going to be. Got that, started deciding on vegetables. Fill your plate with vegetables. Thank you for so many wonderful options. I would get peppers. I would do a lot of the squash and zucchini. And you know what I did? I'd simmer it in the broth. I take the broth to season my vegetables. You can avoid all of the other seasonings, and it was wonderful.
It saves time.
It saves a lot of time, I tell you. It was really wonderful and very, very filling. This has changed my life. Changed my way of eating.
Well, I'm proud of you for losing that kind of weight. How did snacks play a role in the program?
Well, for snacks, I would do a lot of the broth for my snacks in between meals. But the biggest snacks I would do, I would take the romaine lettuce chips. Well, I'd chip it up like potato chips, and I'd put them in a bowl. They're nice and crunchy, and they're good for you. And you know what? Apple saved my life.
The apple did?
The apple saved my life. The apple a day was my one thing I look forward to, so thank you for adding that in.
I'm going to share a secret with you.
Okay.
You know, we've shared this with lots of people and have many give us feedback as how can we perfect it to the level we have. That was one of the most common tips. In fact, I'm going to talk about snacks right now.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So these snacks are critical. You're allowed to have 2 a day. And let me start off before I get to the apple, which I know a lot of you wanted anyway. We added in this year. We talked a little bit about nuts and how good they are, but let me focus in on this. Nuts and nut butters are one of your key options for snacks. I added almond butter to the plan, and you can have up to 2 tablespoonfuls a day of this. They're high in omega-3s. They're high in protein, they're high in fiber, all things that I want you to have. And again, our research always is showing that nuts and nut butter, in moderation, can actually help you lose weight. So don't panic about these things. They send your body a very clear message that it's okay to shed some of the weight. You gotta make sure that it's natural. And ideally, for example, you'll have almonds, which is a fantastic ingredient, but any of the other tree nuts will be allowed as well, pistachios and walnuts. But for the butter, it's got to be almond butter or another tree nut butter, not peanut butter. No peanut butter, everybody. You know why? Because we have found through lots of practice and trial and error that it is just too hard for people to control themselves. So often you try to do the right thing, but you damage all your efforts with just the peanut butter alone. Now, if you're going to do this, spread them up. Just have the nuts one day, the nut butter the next day. And this year we added 1 apple to the snacks. We found that allowing an apple with, for example, almond butter was a real game changer for a lot of women. It's both sweet and it's satisfying. The plan is very low in fruit, but we add this 1 apple a day because they promote good bacteria in your gut. That helps out with weight loss a lot. I also am going to let you have 1 cup of 2% plain Greek yogurt per day. This is the only dairy that you're going to see on this plan. I'm giving it to you because it has probiotics. It helps promote the skinny bacteria like the apple does in your gut. The plan calls for plain Greek yogurt because the flavored varieties are packed with artificial sweeteners or other sugars. They trick your taste buds and they make you overeat, so I don't want that to happen. Let me bring Joy in here. She's a police officer who works long hours, and she lost 10.2 pounds on the plan. How are you? So walk us through what you did. How did you plan out your snacks? How did you make them part of the program?
The snacks helped me really get through the day, making me feel less deprived because I knew I could always have something if I felt like chewing on something. So the nuts, I would just mix them together, have like a mixed nuts, and I'd keep a baggie in the car, a baggie in the desk at work, at just any place where I felt like, I could grab it in case I felt like snacking on something. So the first 2 days I had the Greek yogurt plain, but I found it to be a little bitter. So what I came up with, the idea was to make my own homemade tzatziki sauce.
Ooh.
Using cucumber, some of the lemon, garlic, and a little dill. You mix it up, and you put it on top of it tastes great on top of the salmon, on top of your chicken, and it just made you feel like you were having like some kind of indulgence with your protein.
It's a clever idea. A lot of women aren't so happy about the Greek yogurt. They just, for whatever reason, I happen to adore it, but I get it, and I like the fact that you modified it using ingredients that are on the plan.
But I have to tell you one more thing.
Please
the
do.
thing that got me through the apple. I know we were only allowed 1, but what I figured out to do is you cut it into 4, and what I would do is I'd have 1/4 of it after every meal to make me feel like I had something sweet after every meal.
The small things, they make it work.
Yes.
Thanks for what you do as a cop as well. All right, now let's talk about a very sensitive topic for so many of you. It's caffeine. Now, when we started our research, we first did this work, we wanted to eliminate all the caffeine. I'm sort of a purist on this, but many of you fell off the plan because you couldn't handle the headaches and the withdrawal symptoms of coming off the caffeine. So the plan allows for 1 cup of coffee a day. You're allowed to have it, but you got to use unsweetened vanilla almond milk or coconut milk as a sweetener. You can't put all the other junk you usually put in your coffee in there. At the end of 2 weeks, this is going to taste so sweet. You can ask Melissa, who's joining us now. She's a self-proclaimed coffee addict who lost 6 pounds. So walk me through your story. How much coffee were you having before the plan started, and where are you now?
So I've been a nurse for 15 years, and since I started nursing, I've had 2 cups in the morning, maybe a mug on the way to work, and then 2 cups in the evening. And it just got worse as I had more kids. I had 2 kids.
Yeah, your patients are probably scared walking in like this.
They wanted me to have the coffee. I needed that little jolt. I was hungry in the afternoon, so instead of having a healthy snack, I would have a cup of coffee.
So what happened on the plan?
I had a headache the first 2-3 days, but then after that, it was much easier. It was much easier to get
And
through.
did it make a difference? Did it affect your hunger at all to cut the coffee out?
No, because the plan made me feel so full. I didn't need the caffeine to get through, and I had the energy.
Yeah, because a lot of people use the caffeine when they're hungry, thinking that it addresses it, and it really doesn't. It sort of misses the target oftentimes.
No, exactly. And when I did have it, I had it with the almond milk, and it was perfect.
I'm very happy for you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, let's start the plan with me. Now, I want to go over all this so you're clear on this. I want you to tune in all this week. Within each show, I'm going to walk you through step by step, very carefully, exactly what you need to know. For example, we're going to take a look at delicious protein-fueled lunch and dinners. We're going to tell you how to survive the weekend when we come to Friday. That's where we trip up a lot. The best breakfast options beyond the smoothie, which is the foundation. Satisfying new snacks, they're a big deal. And we're going to give you a maintenance plan. This is really important. So this program becomes part of your life for the rest of your life. That's what we found. This works. It's a great foundation to lose a lot of weight, and then it morphs into a maintenance plan that everyone can benefit from. The Total 10 Rapid Weight Loss Plan is going to be hosted on DrOz.com. We're going to be keeping track of your progress, so please let me know how much you have lost. We can share it with everybody else, and I want to know how you're liking the plan as well. I want to make the plan better and better as we go forward. Be right back.
Next, spring and fall may be over, but your allergies are not. Wintertime is prime season, so don't mistake them for a cold. Learn what can trigger the symptoms and the simple steps you can take to beat your worst winter allergies. Coming up.
Many of you believe that as the spring and fall seasons wrap, so do your allergies. But the truth is, you're wrong. Winter is prime season for allergies, and today I've got the surefire way to totally beat them. Madeline's joining us. She's a winter allergy sufferer. How long have you had these winter allergies?
Well, Dr. Alice, I've been suffering allergies for over 10 years. And I tried everything under the sun, and nothing seems to work. The wintertime is the worst for me.
Yeah, and what kinds of symptoms do you normally get?
Well, there's an array of them. You have itchy eyes, runny nose, stuffy nose. My face will itch, especially around the creases of my lip. My ear, I have to, ding, ding.
Ding, ding?
Yeah,
Is that
inside,
Same as Q-tips, right?
And I snort.
You snore?
Snort.
Or snort?
Yes.
What do you snort?
I have to make a sound because my throat itches.
Snorting sounds.
Yeah, make a snorting sound, so it itches, so,
I'm kidding you. All right, good. Have a seat. Okay. Listen, it's so surprising to most folks that winter allergies happen. It's frustrating as well. So let's go over the common winter allergy symptoms. Then I've got some good ideas on how to cope with them. The first is you get runny and itchy nose issues. Sometimes snorting happens, as we just learned, right? Then you also will get sneezing and coughing. And again, you think you got a cold, but actually often is really an allergy. And then you get dark circles or watery eyes. So you just feel moist all the time. Now, it's easy to mistake winter allergies, and I've just mentioned these symptoms, with a cold. They sound like a cold. Here's the rule of thumb. A cold doesn't usually last more than 10 days. Allergies, on the other hand, can linger for weeks, even months. So the question is, how are you going to tell how to beat your winter allergies? And to help us with that, Dr. Tanya Elliott, who's an allergist. Thank you for being here, Tanya.
Thanks for having me.
All right. Everyone knows about spring allergies and fall allergies. Educate us about winter allergies. Why do they keep suffering more and more from this?
So winter allergies are our indoor allergies. So they're present year round, but they're more prevalent in the wintertime. Think about how cold our winters have been recently. We're all huddling up indoors, and so our exposure to those winter allergens spikes.
So what's the first step if you really want to get to the bottom of your winter allergies?
First step, identify your triggers. So is it the heat? Is it the change in temperature? Or is it an allergen? So the most common indoor allergens, dust mites, molds, and pets.
All right, let's focus on these triggers. There are 3 of them apparently that you should all be looking out for. The first has to do with turning up your heat. How does the winter heat affect our allergies?
So turning up the heat causes extreme nasal dryness and congestion. So just like we have to pay special attention to our skin and re-moisturize our skin, same thing goes for our nose and our nasal passages.
So how do we beat this? We've got some examples here, I understand.
So I think that you should keep nasal saline spray in your pocket and use it throughout the course of the day. Then I also tell my patients, take a pot of hot water, bring it up to a boil, add some fresh ginger, and then breathe in that humidified air. Add the moisture back to your nose. And then the fresh ginger gives the extra kick. It opens up your nasal passages as well as your lungs.
In my house growing up, my father would do this, except he wouldn't boil the water on a stove. He'd actually put it on a radiator, those, whatever heat sources you have, register in your house, put a metal or ceramic bowl on there. He'd actually just heat the water, and it would not only keep the room moist, but he'd put his head over it like this and take advantage of the ginger as well.
Absolutely, it really helps.
So there was wisdom in that.
There was wisdom.
All right. The next winter allergy trigger are pets, which we all love so dearly.
Yes.
What's the problem with pets in the winter?
So again, it's all about exposure, being in close quarters with your pets. They're staying indoors more, you're staying indoors more. And cat allergen is very potent, and it stays suspended in the air, even if you remove the cat from the home, for up to 4 months.
Oh gosh, we're cooked. All right, so we can't get rid of our pets in the winter, obviously. So I put a call into my friend, veterinarian Marty Becker, to see how we can best decrease pet dander.
Hi, I'm Dr. Marty Becker, America's veterinarian, to give you 3 quick tips on preventing pet allergies this winter. Number 1, you want to bathe your pet weekly. This not only flushes the allergy triggers off of them to protect them, but protects you as well. Number 2, use a grooming wipe or just a damp towel and wipe your pet down each day. And number 3, if you have allergies or asthma or anybody in your family, make the bedroom a pet-free zone.
So if you still feel symptoms, you can try an over-the-counter antihistamine, easy to find, easy to take advantage of. Why do you like antihistamines, Dr. Elliott?
So I should say not necessarily easy to find because it's really challenging to navigate the over-the-counter allergy aisle. It's a very scary place. So you want to look for something that's a non-sedating antihistamine. It's great because it works quickly and it prevents the release of chemicals that cause sneezing, itching, and congestion. So if you're going to go into a home where you know that there's a pet and it's a trigger for you, you want to take the antihistamine 30 minutes before you go to prevent those allergy symptoms.
A wealth of knowledge. It's wonderful. All right. The final winter allergy trigger is dust. So what are the symptoms you typically would get from dust but not from the other ones?
So my patients will come in and wake up with extreme morning congestion, throat clearing, maybe some snorting, and some postnasal drip.
Snorting again.
Yeah.
All right. So what do you do about it?
So what do you do? So you want to keep the relative humidity at less than 50%. So you can pick up a humidity gauge at the hardware store to evaluate for that. And then you want to get protective covers for your bedding. You want to wash your sheets once a week on very high heat to kill off the dust mites. And then you want to try to remove the carpeting if possible, curtains, drapes, and upholstered furniture.
And if you don't want to do all that, or you can't do that, or it doesn't work with doing all that, what about decongestants?
Decongestants can help in the short term. Remember, if you have high blood pressure, you need to be careful with these, but a short course of decongestant to dry up all that mucus is helpful.
All right, let me give everyone a bonus tip to beat winter allergies. If your Christmas tree is still up, take it down. It's been up there long enough, you already had the parties. Live Christmas trees can harbor chemicals and mold, which can trigger allergic reactions. You'll never figure it out until you take the tree out of the house. You can find the complete guide to beat winter allergies at droz.com. I'll be right back. Thank you, Doctor.
Next, you make them every year and break them within a month. So how do you stick to your New Year's resolutions? We're taking your 3 most common health goals and making them resolutions every woman should keep long after 2015. Next. The anti-aging plan to look and feel like a 10. We're tackling the biggest signs of aging from the inside out. Feel like the perfect 10. All new Dr. Oz. That's coming up tomorrow.
Many of us make New Year's resolutions that we don't keep past January. So today, I've got the 3 common problems I hear from you all the time and how you can keep them resolutions long after 2015. MJ is here. Let's talk about New Year's resolutions a little bit. What makes them so hard for you to keep?
Hi, Dr. Oz. It's so hard to keep resolutions. Year after year, I make resolutions. I go in with good intentions, and they fall by the wayside. I must be like everyone, I hope.
You are like everyone. So you have a resolution that's very common. Please share with everybody.
I would like to take better care of my skin and find cleansing good habits because I have a bar soap that I like to use. And just this morning, when I took my shower this morning, I might be addicted to the scent, but I realized I washed my face with it, so.
Come on over here. I'm going to show you what happens with bar soaps. This is a big, big mistake a lot of us folks. And I think a New Year's resolution we all should be keeping is to change how we manage our skin. I want us all to stop washing our face with soap. Period. Let me explain why. Dirt. Many sources of dirt, right? You got the skin on your face, and it's protecting you. But this dirt gets on there, and it comes from all kinds of sources. So you get a little bit of oil, you get a little bit of dust, you get a little bit of sweat, a little bit of pollution, and so you don't want that on your face. So you take the soap, the bar soap with the scent that you love, right? And as you put that bar soap with the scent that you love on there, it sort of lathers up. Now that lathering is an important issue for me, which we'll come to in a minute. But as you put the soap on, you're actually setting yourself up for failure. Because when you apply sponge or whatever to your skin after that, you notice what happens? You actually are beginning to tear the very outer sort of surface. It's a mantle, so to speak, on your skin. And when you injure the skin and do that, you begin to get this flaking. I don't know if you can appreciate that, but can you see that little flaking in there?
Wow.
That flaking happens because you dry the skin. This outer layer is supposed to be there. It's a chemical layer. And when you strip it away with harsh soaps, you set yourself back a long, long way. So instead of your soap, what are you going to use on your face? That's the big question. So let's turn to an expert dermatologist. Sybil Fishman is here. Please help everybody understand what should we wash our face with.
So you should, it is scary, you should be using a sulfate-free creamy cleanser. And I'll tell you why. Sulfates are detergents, and that's what's making that foam. The problem is it's stripping away all the good stuff on your skin. It's disrupting the natural balance and the natural barrier of your skin.
So what should we be looking for in the label? How do we know we're not falling prey to one of these fragrant soaps?
So look for sulfate-free, which will usually be prominently displayed. I also look for paraben-free products because I think they're preservatives. They're not so great for us.
Okay.
Now again, this is all about simple steps you can take every day.
Simple.
What time of day do we do this?
Okay, you're gonna wash your face with this cleanser at night to get off the makeup, the accumulated grime of the day. In the morning, revolutionary, just water. It's simple, it's cheap. I have not washed my face with anything but water in the morning for years.
She looks good.
Thank you. Thanks, Dr. Oz. Too much washing is going to irritate and dry out your skin and actually make you age faster.
Wow, okay.
You're on board with this?
I'm on board, especially when I look at that demonstration.
Good luck to you. Thanks, Amy.
Thank you.
All right, Denise is joining me next. What is the New Year's resolution that Denise can't keep? Many of you tell me it's the same one you can't keep. Take it away, my dear.
Hi, Dr. Oz. My New Year's resolution is to take control of my health. I do get physicals annually, but that's mainly because I get a discount with my health insurance.
Well, whatever it takes.
This February, I was diagnosed with high blood pressure, but I didn't do much to follow up thereafter.
I'm glad you're getting the physicals.
Okay.
Even if we have to bribe you to get them, it's still worth it because you get a lot of information. But I want you to start taking charge of one extra step of this because in the end, it's very core. Showing up for the physical is a little bit of the puzzle. The big solution is to know your numbers. That's the New Year's resolution that so many of you actually want to make. If you know your numbers, and take your blood pressure as an example because you've got a blood pressure issue, then you control your destiny.
Right.
Now, it's so easy to do it. You go to a pharmacy, you can get these cups, and they're super simple to do, but know the number. And check it a couple times, a week until you know what the number is roughly, and figure out what stresses you out and what doesn't.
Okay.
But here's the big takeaway. New Year's resolutions are about action steps. All these foods I put in front of you, the yams, the beans, these walnuts, these are all foods that are high in potassium. You get a serving of one of these things, it'll automatically put a dent in your blood pressure without you struggling very much, no matter what your blood pressure is.
Okay.
Which of these would you like the most?
I would say the yams.
The yams. Will you do me a favor?
Yes.
As soon as the show's over, you can go find your blood pressure number out.
Okay.
In fact, while I'm over there doing our next little resolution, I'm going to have you check your blood pressure with this cup over here.
Okay.
Fair enough?
Fair enough. Thank you.
All right, take care. And finally, Laura's joining us. So what's the resolution you've had this year?
I make the same resolution every year, to declutter. I have so much clutter in my basement, in my garage, in my closets.
So I've got a little tip for you. I want you to create a week box.
Okay.
Now, we had a Zen master on the show recently, Andy Puddicombe, and he says a week box is a great way to get started because it helps you declutter without pain. How do you do it? You take 5 products. You brought a few for us. Pick 5 of them you're not sure you need. You're not throwing them away. You're going to put them in the week box, and then in a week, we're going to revisit whether you really missed them or not. Okay. So what are you going to put in here?
Okay, well, this is my daughter's outfit from when she was a baby. She's 13. I really don't think I need it anymore.
That might end up staying in the week box. Okay, as cute as it is.
This is a turtleneck, more of her, a turtleneck. I haven't worn turtlenecks in years, but I keep thinking maybe one day I'll put them on again.
I feel suffocated in them.
I do
put
too.
that in there.
A magazine from 2009.
Yeah, good chance it may end up here.
An iPhone 5 case, and I have an iPhone 6. And just a baby frame again, sentimental.
All right, so I'm putting them in here. I'm closing it up. You're going to take this. You control it. You're going to leave it in your home on a corner somewhere for a week. It's a pretty little box anyway.
Okay.
At the end of the week, if you haven't used it, toss it.
Okay.
And then put something else in there, 5 more items. Again, you're trying to push yourself to see what's important and what are you going to forget about. Because if you forget about it, then who cares?
Okay.
All right?
Okay, great.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Checking your blood pressure over there?
I got it.
All right. Listen, everybody, New Year's resolutions are all about making small little steps, but making them every single day. That way your goals become attainable and you have success throughout the year. We'll be right back.
Next, are you suffering from hair loss? Is your hair crying out for help? How you're wearing it and styling it could be to blame. Stop pulling your hair out. Learn how to change your bad habits and prevent the damage. Next.
We are bringing healthy back this season and want you to bring it too. Grab your prescription pad for fun and sign up for free tickets today. You can go to droz.com/tickets and sign up. Did I get it right? You pull it, burn it, tie it, and break it. What is it? Your hair. And it's crying out for help because your hairstyle may be to blame for your hair loss. And today I'm going to fix it all. Here to help me is natural hair expert Nikki Walton, better known as Curly Nikki. So Curly Nikki, what's the biggest misconception that women have about their hair?
Yeah, so many women assume that chemical straightening and heat styling are the only things that can damage your hair, but this is not true at all. There are plenty of things that they do on a daily basis, bad hair practices that can lead to lots of damage and even hair loss, significant hair loss.
We've got a couple examples. Let's get to the first one. It happens to be extensions. Again, a hair practice we all think is pretty safe. Right. What is the kind of hair loss you see with extensions?
First of all, let me explain what this is. This represents your head of hair. Imagine eyes here, like googly eyes here. This is the top of your head, and this is the hairline. So when you apply the fake hair, which are these yellow tubes here, the braided fake hair, to your real hair, the black hair that is attached here coming out of your scalp, the tension and the weight over time can do a number on your hair follicles and your hair strands. And let me show you what can happen.
Ooh.
Right, so
if they fracture like that?
You can lose a braid and it can actually snap your real hair off with it, leaving you with a patch of broken, ugly hair. And that happens frequently and can actually lead to permanent hair loss due to traction alopecia.
So how do you appropriately place extensions so you don't run into these problems?
You know, my number one recommendation would be to be mindful of your hair texture and thickness. People with fine hair like me, we want to reach for the thickest, the biggest braids we can find so we can luxuriate and stuff. But you can't do that because you'll experience lots of breakage, lots of shedding. So you need to opt for something lighter, shorter, lightweight in variety so that it'll be more gentle on your scalp and your strands. Also, you're gonna want to continue with your regular hair care regimen. Out of sight, out of mind does not work for this. Like, you have to continue to take care of your real hair or you won't have any.
The next hairstyle that can cause hair loss is ponytails and buns. Olga's joining us. How are you, Olga?
Good, thank you.
So, Olga, without you realizing it, Chloe, Nikki, and I took pictures of you over the past week. Everyone look at these pictures of Olga. I want you to see if you can identify a pattern in your ponytail. Anything interesting about that pattern?
It's the same spot.
Same spot. Day. You're pretty much a routine woman, aren't you?
I'm a routine, very routine.
Okay, Nikki, what's the problem with the way Olga's wearing her ponytail?
Wearing your hair the same way every day, day in and day out, will cause hair loss over time. And it's mainly because the tension is placed on the same part of your hair, the same part of the length where the elastic is. And you could see breakage and thinning there. So switch it up a little bit. High, low, right, left, just, you know, get fancy. Okay. And then just use a light hairspray that does not contain alcohol to smooth the flyaways, and only use your hands. Don't use combs or brushes on your fragile hairs in the front.
All right.
Good luck with the ponytail.
Thank you.
Thanks, Olga.
Thank you.
Right. The next hairstyle that causes hair loss are the weaves. Now, this is a real difficult challenge for me because weaves have always been an enigma. But please, now, Terry, I understand you use weaves.
Yes.
You like them.
Love it.
You wearing one now?
Yes, right now.
Luxurious.
How often do you wear weaves?
All the time, doctor. All the time. I might take it out in between for a day or two just before I put the new one back on.
That's all, just a day or two?
That's it.
And when you go out, what do people say on that day or two that you're without the weave?
I probably have my head wrapped up or something like that.
Oh, they do. You covered that much? All right, Nikki, what kind of hair loss do you see with weaves?
With weaves, you're also going to experience hair loss around the front of your head, your hairline and edges, because that is the most delicate part of your hair. It's the first thing to go. It's also, it's very fragile. And when you lose it, it doesn't always come back. And it's difficult to cover that kind of damage once it's already started.
Okay. What's the difference between extensions and weaves?
Right, so the braid and twist extensions that we just talked about are actually braided into your real hair. While weaves, these are wefts of weave, they're actually glued or sewn into your roots.
Mine is sewed.
They're
Which
sewed
is
into
better.
the roots?
Sewn in is better than glue.
What's wrong with the glue?
It's, first of all, it's caustic. You know, you don't want that on your scalp or on your hair. But also, I mean, it can rip your hair right out the scalp.
Mine is braided though, doctor. It's braided, my
so it
natural
is a
hair,
that is
and then
much
it's sewn
better way.
on.
So how do you manage hair that's braided? How do you protect it? If it's, you say you're almost always in a weave.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, so I know that most women, when you wear weaves, you keep them in for like 3 to 6 weeks. My recommendation would be to before you get it professionally installed, make sure that you prep your hair. You're going to want to use a good deep conditioner. You're going to want to make sure your hair is clean and fortified for the long haul that you're about to get into. Also, while your hair is in the weave, you can get an applicator bottle, put your favorite oil in there.
That's a good idea.
Right, you can get
Really
right
good
down
idea.
to your roots so that you can keep your scalp
I like that.
nourished while you're in the weave.
I like that. That's a good idea.
Can I show you a motivational image?
Yes.
For you and everybody else?
Oh, boy.
I'm going to show you a picture of someone who has hair loss because of a weave.
Oh, boy.
And as Nikki mentioned, doesn't always get to see that. Now, you don't want to look like that.
Wow. No, not at all.
And it's easy to avoid if you take advantage of Curly Nikki's tips.
Definitely.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you, doctor.
Great advice as always.
Thank
We'll be
you.
right back.
The anti-aging plan to look and feel like a 10. All new Dr. Oz. We're tackling the biggest signs of aging from the inside out. Fine lines, wrinkles, dull complexion, and thinning hair. Plus, the Total 10 just got easier. Dr. Oz has the shopping list of everything you need. Stock up on the fundamentals. It's the next step in dropping those pounds. All new Dr. Oz. That's coming up tomorrow.
Now it's time for In Case You Missed It. Today we started the new year with the kickoff of the Total 10 Rapid Weight Loss Plan. Start your day with hot water and lemon. And don't forget your breakfast smoothie. Right? You got the choice of 3 delicious smoothies that are protein packed that'll keep you full until lunch. And then the Total 10 plan moves you through protein fueled diets, foods that you're gonna love. They're gonna rev up your fat burning potential. And I want you to try poultry and fish and eggs. They're all in the plan. So lunch and dinner never look so good. You can have grilled chicken over a large salad with a hard-boiled egg, or salmon and quinoa and vegetables. Even the Total 10 bowls, all these wonderful bowls will answer the question, what sounds good for dinner? You can get a Mexican bowl, a Chinese bowl, even an Italian bowl. Frankly, mix it in top with any veggies you want. It makes it exotic. You want to keep getting this into your diet every day. And let's not forget quinoa. Little bowl of quinoa, half cup of it daily. It's the only carb on the plan because it's the perfect mix of protein and carbs. That's why it's my little hero here. You can make a lot of these dishes special with some extra quinoa. Now, the Total 10 plan is a year in the making, and one of the huge improvements is that you'll be able to eat all day long. And why? Because you have unlimited amount of non-starchy vegetables, as much as you want. They're low glycemic, full of fiber. They won't make you heavy, but they will fill you up, make you feel comfortable, and make you feel better as well. Unlimited amounts of this. However, you can also have, if you want, the Total 10 Detox Broth, which has vegetables in it as well. And for that reason, you can mix it up and boil it as you desire, fill up a thermos, and drink it all day long. Whenever you get cravings for snacks, you just don't feel right, take that broth. It'll put you over the edge. For the work that's done for you on DrOz.com, you'll be very appreciative. We have shopping lists, we have recipes, we have practical advice to keep you on track every step of the way. You're gonna know what to eat and when to eat it. We laid it all out. Each day this week, I'm gonna walk you through step by step exactly what you need to know. Let's make this weight loss journey together. Go to DrOz.com for the Total 10 Rapid Weight Loss Plan, and I'll see you next time.